I've used quite a few different pencils over the years, to include those number 2 yellow pencils from school. They are so readily available inexpensively. Over the years, I went from Faber-Castell 9000 to Staedtler Mars Lumograph to Mitsubishi Hi-Uni, and now have settled on the Mars Lumograph Black. I love the rich black that the Lumograph Black offers. I recently learned about a new, to me, pencil, the Faber-Castell Pit Matte Pencil. It was advertised as offering the most black and least light reflections. I had to try it out. I decided to do several tests and compare the darkness of each pencil I've used in the past and how much light they reflected. I've never really tried this before. I started out favoring the Faber-Castell 9000. When I first graduated from the cheap school pencils to these, I thought I was moving up in the art world by using these fine artist pencils. I was thrilled. There were so many degrees of hardness and blackness to the pencils, and I love that I can vary the shade by using a different pencil. My whole world changed when I discovered the Staedtler Mars Lumograph pencils, the original pencil with the blue coating on the outside. I quickly learned that these pencils are much softer than the Faber-Castell and can be a lot darker. Back then, there was a Lumograph pencil labeled EE that was super dark, and I love it. Their 8Bs were also super dark and what I used the most. After some time using all my 8Bs and EE pencils, I had a hard time finding the EE pencils again, and newly purchased 8Bs just didn't have the same degree of blackness. In my quest to look for other pencils that offer the same blackness as the EE pencils, I also tried the Tombow Mono 100 6B and the Mitsubishi Hi-Uni 10B. These pencils are super soft and are dreams to apply onto paper in layers. What I don't love about these pencils is the shine the more layers you add to the paper. I don't use my art pencils to sketch drawings or create my art with just lines. I use my pencils as if they are paint, layering graphite over each other until I get the consistency and look I wanted. The more the layers I apply with these pencils, the shinier the image gets. The problem is only apparent when I'm scanning or taking a photograph of the completed image. The digital image is shiny and lighter in shade where it should be black, and this doesn't digitize the true image. Some years ago, I rediscovered a different version of the Mars Lumograph pencils. I stumbled onto an article that says Staedtler heard their consumers about the jump in shade of blackness between the 7 and 8B due to the carbon that was added to the 8B. I'm paraphrasing from memory here, so please don't quote me. Staedtler had decided to separate their Mars Lumograph pencil line into the original blue coating pencils, which contain no carbon, and the newer black version with carbon added. The new black version has a black coating on the pencils and starts at HB and goes to 8B. And thus I rediscover the dark 8B that I previously loved. There is also a lot less shine when the pencil strokes are heavily layered, something I regularly do in my art creation. The Lumograph Black 8B has been my go-to pencil for some number of years now. Well, that's not exactly the end of this story. As I mentioned earlier in the article, I recently discovered that Faber-Castell offer a new line of pencil that promise less shine and the darkest dark, the Pitt Matte. These pencils are also black coated as opposed to their dark green coating on the 9000 version. Naturally, I had to try it out. I got a set and decided to conduct this entire experiment to see if their claim is true, or at least to my liking anyway. I'm in no way a professional tester of any kind. I'm merely a curious person. So off I went and layered each of the pencils from the softest application to the hardest. I usually have a very soft touch, so I'm sure I'm not even pushing these pencils to the limits, but merely pushed to the point as to how I use them in my artwork. I also limit which pencil blackness I use for this test because I don't want to be doing this for a long time. The blackest Pitt Matte pencil is labeled 14B. I'm mainly concentrating on the darkest pencils. Here is the comparison of the shine each pencil has. You be the judge. What do you think? Just for fun, I decided to take the Marsh Lumograph Black 8B and the Faber-Castell Pitt Matte 14B and use them together. First, I apply an underlayer with one pencil and then apply a layer of the other pencil on top. The results are similar to each other, I guess. In the end, I think, even though the Faber-Castell Pitt Matte is a bit softer and can apply a more even coating, it is not as black as the Marsh Lumograph Black to me. I hope you enjoy this experiment. Consider subscribing or becoming a patron to get notification of more articles in the future. See you soon.